Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Bezad.
My name is Risa.
And we are streaming live from Yokohama, Japan, the intergalactic headquarters of Wonder Looper, the greatest looping wonder brand in the world. Still working on that intro, but this is the Wonder Looper live stream. And today we're going to talk to you guys about all things Wonder Looper. Wonder Looper. Wonder Looper. A little bit of rambling. And probably a little bit more Wonder Looper. How are you doing today, Risa?
I'm doing well. This is a Friday morning stream for us, which is not the norm.
It's not the norm. We are crossing the streams for those people who are really into what's going on. But this is the first stream cross. I don't think we'll do too many stream crosses, but this is the first stream cross of all. Of time. So we appreciate you tuning in here. We know that there might be other things to watch tonight, but there's always the replay. There's always the replay, one way or the other.
And the reason why we're streaming today on Friday is because we are launching or restocking the double heavyweight French Terry today. Yeah. So we just wanted to be live while we do it.
Right. So it is 7 p.m. Eastern, or ish, Eastern right now, and we're going to be launching the double heavyweight French Terry restock at 8 p.m. Eastern. But in addition to that, we have some other styles that we're going to be restocking today as well. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment. But first, let's check in with the chat, and let's see where everybody is tuning in from. And if you are tuning in right now, or later on, or whenever, hit the like button. Let's get those likes up. Let's get that engagement up real early in the chat and show the internet world what we're all about. Hassan14 writes, "Hi from Denmark. Interesting fun fact. There was a group of people in my high school who didn't quite know what my name was, and they always just called me Denmark. I don't know. I think they heard a teacher say Bezad, and maybe they heard it Denmark, and they just kept calling me Denmark for pretty much my entire high school.
All right.
They're just, hey, Denmark.
Corrected them.
I could care less. I was not interested in correcting them. I'm sure that at some point they realized my name wasn't Denmark, but they just kept calling me Denmark, which was fine. I was okay with it. But
yeah, it's not a bad term.
No,
it's
no.
Nice
it was a lot nicer than some of the other things kids called me in school.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, let's not get into that. Hassan, hi from Denmark. Can't stay for the stream. It's quite late here, but I'll say this. 2 times a double heavyweight tea, 1 times a triple heavyweight tea, 2 times suriyami tea, 1 times foxfibre tea in 2 months after discovering Wonder Looper. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you
for the
Mr.
support.
Hassan. Thank you very much for your support. We can't do it without guys like you and like everybody, whether you're buying one item, many items, tuning in for the streams, everything that you give us is support for us, and we appreciate every ounce of it. Speaking of ounces, this is a big boy, a lot of ounces. The new double heavyweight French Terry is coming in at, I think it's 25.8 ounces, 876 GSM. This is even heavier than last season's at 701, and even then, I thought that was the heaviest sweatshirt on the market. And we're even crushing that even further. 25.8 ounces per square yard. It's a big boy.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So anyhow, if you're getting one today, I'm wearing the 701 GSM. This is the first sample. I didn't want to take any inventory. So anyways, I always wear the samples, but
notice that his the hood has like a folded over style.
The original.
This is the proper kind where you can see the loop, the inside fabric. Though mine is the first generation, so it's got double layered hood, and the current version will be single layered hood.
Yeah.
So there's been a little bit of changes over
time,
but yes, like our fabric that we were wearing right now, even though it's very thick and warm, it's not as thick as the new ones.
Yeah, you guys will enjoy them before we do. I will only take inventory well after a sale has completed. Anyways, we'll talk more about that. But back to the chat, seeing where everybody is checking in from. KMX tuning in from Calgary, Alberta, multi-viewing the cross stream on 2 browser windows tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the cross. Mikey Cole, loving the double heavyweight foxfibre hoodie. Excited to grab the green hoodie and black sweatpants today. Well, thank you very much. That double heavyweight foxfibre hoodie has been a godsend for me lately. It's my fall jacket. It's been getting chilly here in Japan, and I've been wearing mine pretty much every day. Nicholas Haycraft, greetings from Tennessee. Good to see you. PBMC, hello from Maryland. Shang Style, familiar face. Hi from Sydney, Australia. Curious how many will stay with this live stream versus the Naked and Famous stream happening at the same time. Well, maybe we're going to have a lot of crossover. And hey, we got the replay. Don't worry. Jean-Francois, bien le bonjour from Montreal. Good to see you. Thank you very much. So many people checking in from Milo, checking in from Canada. Soy Franco, hello from Park City, Utah. Dat Blonde Dude, howdy from Long Island, New York. King, Ty, Dye, Sacramento, California. And Snowy is checking in from Japan right here. Everybody knows the internet's most favorite cat, and that is Snowy the cat, the official cat of Better Menswear. I'm gonna do it. He's the official cat.
You look like one.
Yeah, $7.99. Checking in from New York City. Been wearing my Ultimate Pima tee nearly every day. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Milo, wait, is that Wonder Looper pin or embroidered? This is the Wonder Looper pin that we will. They're not quite ready yet. I wish they were ready for this release, but they're not quite ready yet. We just got the samples last week, but we will have these ready for December. So when we do the release of the double heavyweight t-shirts, we're going to have some of these available. But this blue color is going to be, at least if we don't run out of supplies, will be available at Gerhard Supply for our event in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Toronto. We're going to be there Friday, December 6th. For an in-person event at Gerhard Supply in Toronto, in the Junction, and we're going to be giving this away to our people who come in and say hello and are part of the event. And if there's any left, then we'll make them available.
I'm sure there will be. We made it a lot, so.
So these will be available in December, and they're going to be little nifty gifties with your purchases. So, anyways, we got the blue. This is Toronto blue. Let's talk about these.
And then we got the blue and red.
Sort of the classic Wonder Looper colors here.
I'm wearing it here, if you can see.
Yeah, see past Snowy there. So yeah, Risa's got it on. Of course, you can put these anywhere on your sweatshirts that you like, but these are sort of those classic, logo style, embellishments that you might see on a lot of different sweatshirts. But ours, of course, it has this beautiful textured design with the chain stitch. Real chain stitch in the middle. This is machine chain stitch and not, well, they're all machine chain stitch, but this is, it's not done by Risa. It's not hand crank chain stitch because that would be a very labor intensive process.
And then last but not least, we have this Wonder Looper logo, mini, like a patch design. Like in the old school uniform, you just have the patch and then you just
fill it in
stitch
with the
your
name.
By hand. In this case, it's done by the machine, but it's still the chain stitch. I don't know if you can see it, but it came out really nicely.
Yeah.
And I also could not do this. It's so small. I don't think a hand operated machine can.
Yeah, but I do really appreciate the 3D texture of all of this. So you're going to be able to get your hands on these relatively soon. So watch out for those. We'll have some more announcements on the social medias and emails and newsletters and stuff. So watch out for that. Okay. Back to the chat. Okay. Zolrays. Let's hopefully I said that properly. Hey guys, I'm in between size medium and large in the French Terry zip up. Do you guys recommend sizing up? This is a question that I've been getting a lot, so I'm glad that you asked this. A lot of people have been emailing this question to us or mentioning it in comment sections. Sizing up. Look, Now, when you say you're in between sizes, the first thing you need to do, first thing you need to do always is check the measurements, right? And by check the measurements, I mean go to our website. Let's do that right now. Let's all take a little walk over to the Wonder Looper website. There we go. I think. Hold on a second. It's gonna take a second here. Are we loading up or not? Something's happening. Hold on. It's gonna take them. There we go. Now the internet's working. So you're going to go to our website, wonderlooper.com, and let's, double heavyweight French terry, for example. Let's go all the way down to zip up hoodie. So here we go. Look at that handsome model. And you've got the product copy here, and underneath that, we've got our measurement guide. What you want to do is you want to take a sweatshirt that you already own, and you want to measure these points, and we show you exactly how we measure everything on our sweatshirts. So compare these measurements to the sweatshirt that you own, and if the sweatshirt that you own is matching up with something, that's the size, or closest to it. That's the size that you want to be, especially if that sweatshirt fits you well. Of course, if that sweatshirt doesn't fit you well, then maybe you have to guesstimate a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit too big in the chest. You want something a little bit smaller. Maybe it's a little too long, or maybe it's a little too short. Whatever it is, use your best estimations there. Now, if you find that you're in between still, I would say that most sweatshirts don't fit like t-shirts, right? They're not that close to the body. So if it's a couple of centimeters smaller in the sides, well, consider our sweatshirts have rib side paneling. So this expands a little bit out for you, right? And sweatshirts also tend to stretch. So I would say that in many cases, you probably don't need to size up, but it depends on where you are in that in-between land, right? If you are closer to it fitting you better in large than, say, compared to a medium, get the large. Yeah. But if the medium is looking just a touch small and maybe, the chest, compared to the sweatshirt that you have, because, the sweatshirt that you have is not going to be so fitted, right? And remember, we got that rib paneling on the side. So maybe sticking to the medium might be the best option for you. It really depends on where you fit in the in-between land, and how that sweatshirt that you're comparing to the measurements that we have compare, right?
And also, not to complicate things, but some fabrics are very light and stretchy versus others are not. So our double heavyweight is not very stretchy. It does have the rib panel, so it does go, move with you in terms of the body part, but it is not going to be stretch as much as you stretch kind of thing. So it's something to consider. Another thing to consider is, and a lot of people ask this, is the shrinkage. So it is not zero.
Yeah.
All the sweatshirts will shrink a little bit, and our double heavyweight French terry is no exception. It does shrink maybe 3 to 4%, I think. The most of that shrinkage that you get from your wash, you can recover by stretching the fabric. Especially the most effective time to do it is after wash, before you dry it. When it's damp, just stretch it back in shape, and it shouldn't be a significant change. But you probably will see the most change in the length. Because on the length, there is no rib part where it can stretch, and length, it's kind of easy to see with the sleeves and where it falls. So if the length is on the shorter side, if you're looking at a size, and then you want to make sure that length would stay longer, then you take a larger size. It's fine. Even if it's a little bit loose in the body, it shouldn't bother you too much.
Yeah. Right. If you're in between, one way or the other, you're probably okay. You might be trading off a little bit. Maybe, again, it depends where you fit in that middle. Maybe it's going to be a little bit bigger in the chest for you, but This is it's a sweatshirt after all,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So it's a little bit more casually worn. I hope that answers your question. Zolray says, thanks, guys. Yeah, I compared the chart to my favorite fitting hoodie, and it was between medium and large, so I guess I'll go for the medium. There you go. All right. Well, I hope it works out for you, Mr. Zolrays, and I guess we answered your question there, and I hope it helps some other people who might have that same question. David Hunter writes, hi guys, I just discovered Wonder Looper a couple of weeks ago. Well, thank you very much. I'm excited to go to Naked and Famous. Do you still make the Whisper 8-ounce stretch jeans? The Whisper denim, I think it was even lighter than that, but I could be, I don't know, there's a lot of jeans in my brain. They don't make the Whisper anymore, but there will be usually like a 10-ounce jean every spring, summer. So if you're looking for something lightweight, there's always a lightweight option that comes out in the spring, summer. I would say that 9, 10, 11 is usually where the lightweight denim ranges these days, at least, maybe in the future that'll change. But anything less than that sometimes gets a little too light. Sometimes gets a little too light. So there you go. There you go. For the waist measurement, would we look to the chest? Donovan, I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up your last name. Donovan H says, for the waist measurement, would we look to the chest? No, the waist around here, the waist around the sweatshirt. What measurement would that be?
It is the body. The end of the body is the same as the chest. It falls straight.
Yeah, but there's a rib that kind of...
Yes, there's a rib that is the width was obviously it's connected. It's the same width, like circumference wise, it's the same. But because it's a rib fabric, it kind of like naturally it's a little bit like narrower.
But it also
stretches out. Yeah. So I mean, that part should not worry you too much.
Yeah. Soy Francisco, good question. Do you really not put it in the dryer and have to air dry? About to buy my first hoodie and crew neck today. The reason why we recommend, and I think a lot of brands recommend, keeping things out of the dryer is the dryer is very handy in terms of drying your clothes, but of course you're abrasing the garment. Right, like in terms of like the absolute longevity of a garment, you want to keep things out of the dryer as much as possible. But we also live in the real world, and we don't always have the opportunity to hang or air dry things. So things can go in the dryer. And personally, everything I own goes in the dryer. That's just the way it is. Now, if you just have to understand what the trade-offs are when you put things in the dryer. It's going to get tumbled around. Maybe you'll get a little bit fuzzier. The garment might get a little bit fuzzier here and there. They tend to shrink a little bit more than if you were to just air dry or hang dry things. So keeping those things in mind, yeah, you could definitely put things in the dryer. If you do, I would recommend inside out. That way any of that abrasion that happens to the garment, of course, it's small. These are small abrasions, but over time, it
ages way faster. Yeah,
right, definitely, and the color will change a little bit more as well because of the heat of the dryer, and so.
Sometimes it's nice because like when you look at the like vintage sweater kind of look faster. But I mean, it's just a personal preference. We are not recommending it again for the reasons if you want to take care of your garment well to keep the shape as it is the longest possible time, then yes, you should not put it in the dryer, but do it at your own risk. It is 100% cotton. It's not going to destroy the garment or make it shrink so much that you can't wear it. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Ryu Saitama writes, hello, last week I was wrong. I paid for VAT on the FedEx invoice, but also the thing I paid over $60 in honorary fee was with Tate Nyoko. sorry, I'm not sure what you said here. Ryu, hello, last week I was wrong. I paid for VAT, so VAT's the sales tax, on the FedEx invoice, but also the thing I paid over 60 euros in honorary fee. But with Tate and Yoko, I only paid like 5 euros. Just wanted to correct. I'm not sure what honorary fee is. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, obviously VAT and the brokerage fee depends on the value of the item that you bought. So if you buy more expensive things, you have to pay more for those fees. So that might be the case.
Right. If you want to avoid some of those, I would say, extra surprises, you may want to consider shopping locally, right? In Europe, we've got Cultism, and we have a new retail partner coming up. They're getting their first delivery very soon. Let me just pull up their website.
It's linked from our Stockist
Oh, that's
page.
right. Let's do that. Let's go. Let's take a walk over to the website again. Hey, everybody. Oh, look at that handsome model. Okay, if you go over to wonderlooper.com, hit the Stockist page. In Germany, we have a new retail partner, Berg & Schild, in Berlin. In addition to Cultism, they are based in Münster. Their online store, they have a physical store there in Münster now, and Berg & Schild is available in Berlin. And they are one of the foremost retailers in Europe, carrying all the kind of great stuff that we all love, denim and leather jackets and boots and all that fantastic stuff. And they're really wonderful people there. And we just shipped them their first shipment. They're gonna be getting it real soon.
Yeah, it will be maybe a little bit while until they get their stock. But
if you are looking for another retailer in Europe, you definitely want to check out Berg & Schild. So they'll have some more options for you as well. And of course, if you want to find out where you can find our products worldwide, Red Cast Heritage, another great European retailer, just check out the Stockist page on our website. So there you go. Ryu writes, will they be getting sweatpants too? Berg & Schild. I'm not sure.
Not Berg & Schild.
I think Cultism is.
Cultism,
yeah,
for sure.
Adam Brown says, as it relates to Zolray's question about sizing, have you considered a reverse weave, i.e. champion? And would this affect the shrink stretch the same way with loop wheel or not? Reverse weave is not a weave type. It's using the fabric sideways instead of lengthways. That's it. So on our sweatshirts, they shrink in length, but on a reverse weave, they just use the fabric this way, and so they tend to shrink this way. So that's it. The shrinkage is the same. It's just in which direction are you going to get the shrinkage. So as far as loop wheel, it has nothing to do, again, reverse weave has nothing to do with actually weaving the fabric it's actually not even woven, it's knit. But it has nothing to do with the actual physical construction of the fabric. It's how they use the fabric when cutting and sewing. And loop wheel or suriyami knitting is a construction type, and the suriyami machines, they are knitting the actual fabric a little bit differently than, say, like a modern machine. And yeah, the suriyami stuff tends to shrink less. Okay, hope that answers your questions. Matthew writes, anyone know if Gerhard already dropped the French terry gear and sold out?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think maybe not.
I mean, they can't be sold out of everything that quickly.
Yeah, I check in with Gerhard for that one, but I don't think that they would have dropped the new stuff already and sold it out. That'd be a good sign for us. to be fair, but
no, I think I saw their website the other day and it was all live, and then now it's taken down. So I think they're just getting ready to launch their inventory.
All right, so there you go. Okay. Seabeak writes, any chance that we could someday see a double heavyweight fleeced fox fiber?
It's possible.
So he's very happy to be around today. Yeah, he's excited. He's not used to these Friday, Thursday night live streams, so he's just excited to be here. I would say that is possible. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a discussion about us doing the double heavyweight fleeced version.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I still think it's a good idea. Mm-hmm. It's just that, maybe now just keeping it in the...
Right now, it's a space thing, right? Because I'm just going to throw it out there. In my brain, it would be great if we had a rainbow of colors in double heavyweight, French terry, and then those same colors also fleeced. So you have two options. Mm-hmm.
It's just, obviously we need to get to the level of like having every color of the rainbow and the fleece version of it. It will take time for us to get there, but we definitely see that coming. Yeah.
God willing, it's all gonna happen. We're gonna.
I mean, there's way more things that we want to do than we actually can at this time. So it's every season is kind of like a struggle of like what to like prioritize, and like we just kind of finished like planning the fall, confirmed all the colors and all that.
We had a long production meeting yesterday.
Yes, very long. But it's again, like we're happy to be making these new things and very excited and adding to it, but there are way more things, and it's like when are we even gonna be able to make these like great ideas? Anyways, we just
one day. The answer is one day. We're gonna be around for 1,000 years or more.
Okay, I gotta start taking vitamins.
You gotta start taking more vitamins. But luckily we have enough of us online that our AI overlords will be able to clone our thought processes forever, and we'll live on as I don't know, a head in a jar with ideas.
All right.
A la Futurama style. That's the future I see. I don't really think we're going to be RoboCop style, Judge Dredd style. That's not going to happen. I see Futurama. That's the future I think we're headed for.
Okay. I can...
Agree?
Sure.
Everybody, hit the like button if you agree with that assessment of the future. A la Mars Attacks. I love Mars Attacks. I don't think we'll be Mars Attacks like. The aliens will be friendly when they come. James F. writes, thank goodness for the AI overlords. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a robot vacuum the other day, and
yes, like an old.
It's not that old, but anyways, it was secondhand, but we got a robot vacuum the other day, and I'm just watching this little guy. Yeah, you can see him down there. Yeah. There he is. And I'm just watching him stumble around the living room.
It's very cute. Like I find it like I feel like we got a new pet.
Yeah, he's kind of stupid.
Yes.
And he gets stuck on things. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, man, AI is really gonna take over. If this is what we've got, man, there's nothing to worry about. Don Chaco, wouldn't that be torture? Stuck in a tank, unable to wear fabrics? I suppose.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't
just
thought about it.
Just a floating head in a jar?
Yeah.
I would want to wear... Maybe they could attach me to a body.
Yes, that's what I see. So, originally, and then, my body is going to deteriorate, but I can keep getting new parts in order for me to, just be...
I would want it to be Krang style from the Ninja Turtles.
I don't know what that is.
Krang, I want my head in a jar to be in the belly part and then have this giant robot thing, like huge, like 12 feet tall.
I see.
And then I'll be playing in the NBA.
I see.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be wearing any Wonder Looper.
No, I would be.
sweatshirts.
I would be.
It would be too big.
No, we'll make them. Yeah.
Very
15 XL. I'd be rich. By that point, I figure 1,000 years from now, accumulated wealth, I would probably be able to afford it. Okay. NGR writes, no, NRG, sorry. My dyslexia is kicking in. Energy. Will embroidery always be considered cursive lettering, or is there a possibility for something more abstract, such as a heart?
Yes, hearts have been very popular for some reason this past few weeks. I've done like a few of them. I should put it up on the Instagram. But like there is one that's already on the Instagram highlights. If you just want to take a look, it's just it's a simple line heart. It is doable, and if you have a size that you prefer, you can let me know in the comments. I can't do like a huge one, but I can do a regular smaller size. So yeah.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah. We'll post even more pictures of.
Yeah, there's one that I did the other day that was so cute. It's so cute. I gotta post it.
Yeah. Okay, Adam Brown, y'all, I gotta go. Super excited about what's to come with Wonder Looper, and proud to be a 1-year customer now. See you next week. Thank you so much, Adam. We greatly appreciate it. Don Chaco, Bezad going for that Modok swagger from Marvel. Yeah,
I don't know what any of these are.
Okay, well, we gotta show you what. If you don't know what Krang is,
I think now that you mention it, I think I've seen it.
So, yeah, this is Krang.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. If you're a robot, why would you want to be like skin colored? Is my question.
Why wouldn't I want to be that? I mean, look at it. He's cool. He's so strong.
No, but is it a robot or is it a human?
That's the robot part, and Krang is an alien. So
okay.
Krang is like this.
So this body, the big guy.
Yeah.
Is it real?
I mean, he's real in the sense that he's not a hologram. Like, he's a physical thing that Krang controls. So he's a big old robot. Modok is a little... I think I'd rather be Krang. M-O-D-O-K. Maybe Japanese Google is... See? Yeah, I prefer to be Krang. I want that giant body. He's... You know? Yeah.
It's not, you can't respect this creature.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Krang. Metal plates and all. Yeah. There we go. Demon Day Donuts says, hello. Well, hello. The Raven, peak robot form. I think so. Right?
All right.
Yeah. That or the Terminator, like a T-800.
Yeah, that would be way cooler. I don't know why you want to be like a half-naked, huge man with like that.
Who would win in a fight,
showing.
Krang or the T-800?
I would like to say T-800, but I don't know about Krang's abilities.
I think the T-800 would win also. Okay. Zolrays asks, just to double check, the size charts on the website are measured after or pre-wash.
Pre-wash.
Everything is always pre-wash. Whatever measurements you get is what you will receive. So we don't pre-wash. You get it as you get it. I think I remember Bezad saying a few streams ago they measured our post-wash. Thanks, guys. They're not post-wash. Everything is pre-wash. We will internally like stress test the garment. Like we'll hot wash, hot dry it just to double check to see like if the shrinkage is like way off base or anything like that. And then we'll also see how much of it we can recover after like stretching the garment back out. And in pretty much all cases, like all of the either it doesn't shrink much or it shrinks a little, and most of the shrinkage is recoverable by just stretching the garment out a little bit. So you shouldn't be afraid to stretch out knits. Like that's just kind of what you do with them.
Yeah, the biggest difference between wovens and knits are like the knits have the stretch built in. So, when you talk about sizing, like you really shouldn't be like any two size should work for you. It's just like which one you prefer. You want it a larger or smaller, like that kind of thing. So don't stress too much about it. If you're really in between and you really could not decide, I would go with the larger size, but just so that you have the ability to gain a little weight or throw stuff in the dryer and hot wash or whatever. So I would go with the larger, but
Sue Dottie is worried that no one can see your text chats. I can see you. And that said, I think you left a question here. I have the foxfibre fleeced hoodie. Are they the same size as the double heavyweight French terry? More or less, yes. There might be some small little variances here and there, but they're based on the same pattern, and they should more or less come out very similar. Of course, this is not like precision cut steel or anything like that. There's hand operation, so there's always going to be slight variances here and there, but more or less the same. And then I don't know how to say that, but the question is the size medium the same as a U.S. medium?
There is no such thing as a standard U.S. medium. Any brand that exists in U.S., they're not following the same measurements everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you buy from Gap, if you buy from, Uniqlo, if you buy from whatever Champion like it's all different. So take the hoodie or sweatshirt, whatever that's similar to the garment you're trying to buy, and measure it.
Yeah.
That is always the best idea.
That said, our sizing is more Western centric.
Yeah.
There's a lot of knitwear companies in Japan they're made for the Japanese market, and a Japanese market extra large is like a Western market medium, right? Now, if you're asking if our medium is more aligned with the West, yes. But of course, there is no standard medium in the West. Maybe a brand has their medium as fitting very big because they want to have a loose silhouette, or maybe they have it very small because they want it to be more fitted. So because there is no standard, every brand has their own way of seeing what a medium is. I would say that just in general, our mediums better align with mediums of the West. If you have 38-40 chest, you're going to wear a medium, for example, more than likely.
Yeah.
Like I'm 5'9", 5'8", 170, 175 pounds. I wear a medium, right? So hopefully that if anybody, if you want to put up your specs in the chat, just to give people an idea of what fits you, that might help some people.
Yeah. But you also have to understand somebody's fitting me well. It might be somebody's, it's too tight,
Right.
So yeah, it's always like rely on your garment and what you are measuring.
Phil Thomas says, Bezad, what's your chest in inches? I'm exactly a 40. I measured it just the other day. Exactly a 40. Pretty Hannah says, y'all ever think about bringing back skinny fits for like hoodies a la the late 2000s? Am I too nostalgic? But I felt it wasn't too uncomfortable. I would say that if you want something more fitted, just size it more fittedly, right?
Yeah, but I mean it's different. Like back in the days, like the things were skinny and long.
Yeah,
like it was a different fit. I agree.
It was definitely a different fit.
I don't think we have enough.
It was that American Apparel wave. Yeah.
Or like those Abercrombie, Hollister kind of things.
Oh yeah,
like,
that was different.
Those were very tight and long.
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough demand for that.
Yeah.
But right now, maybe we'll see in the future.
Yeah, you might be nostalgia talking. Sometimes I think back to like my nostalgic fits, and I'm like, I'd like to wear that again, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's better in my mind than it is in practice. But yeah, I hear you.
Anyways, we're at this point where we only have one fit for like, each category items.
Yeah.
But, obviously in the future, if we can expand, maybe we have different kinds of t-shirt fits or hoodie fits. Maybe.
Yeah.
We're just not there yet.
Yeah. Ryu writes, for when more natural dyes. So when are we going to do some more natural dyes?
We're going to do another batch of Tokushima Natural Indigo Hand dyed double heavyweight t-shirts soon.
Yeah.
I think the t-shirts should be coming in by the end of the year, so we'll probably open up pre-orders around then, and then the delivery might be like, maybe 3 months after or something like that.
And speaking of pre-orders, let's talk about another pre-order.
Big topic.
This was a big topic during our production meeting yesterday.
Yes.
And so, 100% cashmere French terry. 100% cashmere French terry. We need to know. Here, we need to know what color you want, and we're gonna let you know what fits we're gonna have available in it. Okay, so right now we're thinking fits-wise, just the tops. Just the top. Because in the grand scheme of things, we sell more tops than bottoms.
Way more.
Like way more tops than bottoms. Like the bottoms they're great, but just in general we sell more tops than bottoms. I guess in the sweatshirt world, that's just the way it goes, right? Snow is here to confirm. Come here, son.
So we probably gonna do pullover hoodie, zip hoodie, and crew necks.
Yeah.
I want to hear if like crew necks are people's interest in this project. So that's a side topic.
Yeah.
But in terms of color, we're thinking like, a classic heather gray is always the best. But then, we like when we look at our fleece foxfibre sales, oatmeal outsells every the
oatmeal
other
is the number one
heather
color there. Yeah.
So do people like that kind of lighter oatmeal-y color?
And then in double heavyweight, like black is number one.
Yes. So do people like black? Like I don't know. It's very confusing.
Yeah. I would say it's difficult for us to offer multiple colors this first round because the actual fabric investment just to get sample, just even to get one roll is going to cost many thousands of dollars. A lot. Just to test this out, which is fine, but we can't test out multiple colors because then the cost just goes through the roof.
Yeah.
So it's like we kind of want to start with one, and then if we see that there's good demand, maybe the next time we'll offer a different color, multiple colors. Maybe it'll become a regular thing. Who knows?
But I think at a time, at this point, we do one color, and that's the realistic execution. So what we're tasking you to do is whoever is actually interested in purchasing this very expensive product.
And by very expensive, the price will be. Don't hold me to this, but it's probably going to be around the $2,000 mark.
$2,000 US dollar mark.
Yeah. So in and around there, plus minus a little bit. Okay, that's where it's looking like for sure. So if this is your ballpark, this is hey, I want it, I'll spend it. We want to know your thoughts. So oatmeal, heather gray, black, charcoal. Let us know. We're gonna take this into account. Maybe I'll do an Instagram poll.
Yeah, I think we should. But again, like, just be realistic. Okay? Don't just cast votes because it's like I like all three, so I vote for all three. I want to know your realistic expectation.
100% cashmere. 100% cashmere.
Yes.
French terry.
Baby cashmere.
Baby cashmere.
Yes.
Loop wheel. Suriyami knit. This is insane land. Okay, yes. This is the pinnacle.
As far as fabric goes, like, you know, French terry wise, it is.
Do we know what the GSM approximate is?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So, just to give you, if you're curious about like the price, like yes, 2,000 ish is a lot of money. I would say that in the world of luxury, real luxury retail, there are brands that make 100% baby cashmere sweaters. And they're not, like, the GSM volume is not as high as what we would offer.
This will be 510.
510 GSM. Okay? That's what we're looking at. And now, if you look at other products out there in the world that are making kind of thin, 100% cashmere, like traditional cashmere, 100% baby cashmere sweaters, you're looking in the $3,000 to $5,000, sometimes $7,000 range for a sweater. So our 2K price point is high as far as a number for a garment is concerned, but in the world of like this ultra, like literal top of the top, it's not bad. That's where I'll put it.
That's 15 ounce.
Yeah, 15 ounce. So like heavier than most heavyweight sweatshirts out there.
Yes.
It is a lot of baby cashmere. That's my best Donald Trump. A lot, everybody. So anyhow, we'll
anyways, again, like we're not committing to a price.
Yeah.
It's just it will be around at least that.
Yeah.
I would say $2,000 US dollars.
Yeah.
Obviously, like if we're gonna like do some special things, like a special zipper or a special, you know, whatever, it might add to the cost also. But yeah, so
we'll keep you posted. But yeah, it is going to be a pre-order.
Yes.
Situation.
We're pre-order. What we're thinking right now, again, we're not committing to a timeline, but what we're thinking right now is that this winter, sometime in the winter, we open up the pre-order, and the delivery will be next fall. So like fall 2025.
Yeah. Risk code asks, is the cashmere Mongolian and the cashmere quality rating? We'll get all that information out for you when we put, you know, the info pack out. Okay, so we'll get back to you, but it's going to be some very, very high quality stuff. This is literally peak performance. That's what we're aiming for with this. We're, you know, if you're going to spend the money, let me put it to you this way: if you're already if you're considering that price point, then even doing it loop wheel, it's like, is it necessary? No, but let's just go for the top. Kevin writes, are you requiring full payment for the pre-order? Yes. Yeah.
We cannot risk.
I don't want to. I don't want to chase anybody. You know, hey, you paid up half. You got to pay the rest of it now. I'm not interested in chasing people. It's just a logistics thing. I'd rather.
We're not able to avert that risk.
Right. Yeah. And anyhow, we're not. I think we've been around long enough that I would hope we have your trust, and we deliver when we say we're going to deliver. So anyhow, that's that.
And I mean, obviously, if we went if we just didn't deliver or something, like, obviously we're not going to do that, but somehow if you're worried about that, there is like shopping insurance and stuff like that on your credit card. Make sure you have the peace of mind with that kind of stuff, but don't worry about it. We're gonna deliver.
Soy Francisco says, you guys should do a Klarna thing, would probably increase your sales a lot.
They're not available in Japan.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that we would love to have something like that, but those services, our website, our store, our business is all Japan based, so a lot of those things have to also operate in Japan for us to be able to take advantage of them. And that's why, like, for example, things like Klarna, like, they work in certain countries. Like, on like Tate and Yoko, for example, we have like one of those split payment things. We were there, but they, anyhow, you guys know what I'm talking about. And say you logged into Tate and Yoko from a different country that didn't support it, like that fourth payment or whatever split payment option wouldn't even show up for you. Like it wouldn't be an option for you. So
it's just as a business, like I know if you're in America, like that's available everywhere. It's just that we're not in America and we cannot be a part of that. Even PayPal, like, split payments don't work in Japan. So.
Yeah. And then somebody says, doesn't Shop Pay have split payment option? I don't know offhand.
I feel like I looked into that. That might also be a like even the services that are PayPal too, it's available here. It's just that they don't offer that split payment options in Japan most of the time. So
Risk Code says, could we order the cashmere through a Canadian retailer to avoid duty, tax, or just directly through us? Okay, two things. It'll only be directly through the Wonder Looper website. And as for avoiding tax and duty, you wouldn't.
You would pay.
You would still pay. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't realize it. Like the duty is built into the price of the product that you get when you get it in the store. And taxes, of course, you pay when you buy it. Yeah. So if you go to any retailer in Canada, it doesn't matter what you buy, if you're at the gas station or you're at the mall or whatever, they get you. They always get you. That tax 100%. Is charged. So there's it's a hard thing to avoid.
It's just like I understand that psychologically it's a different thing. You commit to one price and then after it arrives you have to pay another bill. It's not pleasant, but it is what it is. And if you find that like you're buying through your retailer for regular things like these regular items, if you find that buying through your regular retailer, even including the sales tax and everything, is cheaper, please do that. Take advantage of that because that's retailers covering a little bit of the duties and stuff like that has to be put on to import that. So again, it's just a matter of like we can't always be on the same page because our website is run on Japanese yen, and depending on the current exchange rate, what the price you see on the website in your own currency is different. Yeah. So
yeah. Risk Code says should have said brokerage fees, but I hear you. But let me also say you still pay the brokerage fee because the retailer, when they import something, they have to pay the brokerage fee. So it all gets built in.
Yeah.
It's but Risa's absolutely right. It's psychological because you bought something online, I paid for it, and now here's this other bill. And versus, you go to the retailer and they just tell you the price, and then, at the bottom of the receipt it says this fee, that fee, this fee. Some of the fees you don't even know because it's just built into the price of the product. So I get it, totally understand, but yeah, it's a hard thing to avoid.
Yeah. But when it does come to cashmere sweatshirt, take that into consideration. This is not going to be a small purchase. If you commit to something and pay for it up front, and you get the goods, and then you get another bill, much smaller but still a significant bill. If you're worried about that, I do not recommend it. Just because it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
We cannot take it back because it's pre-order also. So.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Somebody's asking for Henleys in the future. Yes.
We're working on it.
Yeah. The Henleys are coming. That was another part of our discussions yesterday. So we have 2 Henleys planned for you.
For the fall, 25.
Yeah. One set of foxfibre Henleys. So we're going to have a color range of foxfibre Henleys.
In a waffle format.
Yep.
Nonetheless.
And then we will also have a cashmere-based
cashmere blend.
Henley 10%. In like a honeycomb style waffle as well. So 2 different like waffle styles, and 2 fabrics. So you're going to have it. And then also we were busy picking the real horn buttons. So very, very high-end buttons to go on these as well. So it's going to be, what you would expect from us, but a very, very high-end product coming your way. Peter writes, would you do a purple hoodie? I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not in the map that's scheduled.
I'm thinking like Minnesota Vikings purple. That could be cool.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Get it. Yeah. It's just one of those colors that we throw in sometimes.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay, just to give everybody a heads up, 5-minute warning.
Okay.
5-minute warning on the release of the double heavyweight French Terry 876 GSM. But also, we have another release coming out today, which is a restock of a bunch of popular items. And if you've been reading our newsletter, which you should always subscribe to our newsletter because a lot of information comes out there. But if you've been reading our newsletter, you're watching these live streams and following our Instagram, you'll probably know. But if you're tuning in right now and you want some new news, maybe news you haven't heard before, let me tell you, we've got a restock, a small, tiny, everything I'm talking about right now, I'm talking we have 1 unit, 2 units per size, if that. So there's not a lot here, but there's a little bit, okay, of the double heavyweight foxfibre French Terry. So the big boy over here, this guy, this one that sold out last time, about a month ago. We have a little bit of that coming in the crew neck, pullover hoodie, and zip hoodie. Last time these basically sold out in like an hour. Like they were gone. This is your last chance to get them this year. They will not be restocked until next fall. We've got the fleeced foxfibre in oatmeal in the crew neck and sweatpants. Okay, the fleeced foxfibre charcoal in the pullover hoodie. The ultimate Pima Suriyami in white and black. Again, 1s and 2s per size, not a lot. And then the foxfibre Suriyami t-shirt. We've got a couple of units of that available as well. So that's going to be launching in about 3 minutes from now on wonderlooper.com. Interesting. So be aware. Be there or be square. You won't be square if you're not there. Don't worry. You're here. But if you've been looking for those items, you're going to have another chance to get them. They will all come back next year, or in some cases next season, like the Suriyami t-shirts. But they are hard to get. They do go pretty fast. So in just under 2 minutes, we're going to be launching those on wonderlooper.com. So yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. Demon Day Donut says, any updates on the Super Looper? I'd love a navy Super Looper hoodie. Well, Super Looper hoodies, what we have available is what's left on the website. I think the Heather Gray is completely sold out on the website, and we have a couple of like the colored options available on the website still. When those are gone for good, because those are limited colors. Yeah. And then next season, we will be introducing 4 new colors. We've got the Sumi Black, we've got the Marigold, we've got a Collegiate Blue, and then we also have a Burgundy. So that'll be the new, it's kind of like a reddish purple in between kind of color, but very collegiate in tones. Very, I would say, collegiate, school related. So those are going to be the new colors next season. And then the carryover style will be Heather Gray. That'll get made again. Black will become sort of a core model, and then we will switch up colors every season. So there you have it. Okay. NRG writes, thoughts on hemp as a fabric. Is there any reason to use it over 100% cotton? Any reason to use it over 100% cotton? I would say...
Yeah, just for the different texture.
Yeah. I don't know if I would make 100% hemp sweatshirt, though. I mean, as a blend, I think it would be okay. But I think if you want sort of those maybe linen-like properties in a sweatshirt, it might be something interesting. Yeah, not something I would discount. I mean, I would certainly consider using hemp sometime down the line. Even in t-shirts, like a hemp blend t-shirt, I think would be a good option one of these days.
The sync process is taking longer, so don't worry.
Okay,
it is coming.
The website is updating right now. Risa is updating it. You can see here she's busy being hacker man, clicking all the buttons and all the things. So if you're interested in the new release, head over to the website now. Or if you really want to hack your way through the system, go on the shop app on your phone. Yeah. If you have it installed, I would recommend it because I would. And head over to Wonder Looper on the shop app, and you can shop very quickly and easily via shop. So it's just an app called Shop, S-H-O-P. And if you shopped on any Shopify-based website, you can check out easily with that app. So let's see if
I think it's all here.
Risa says it's all here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go, everybody. Shop to your heart's content. I can see that everything is now live. Okay, here you go. Those sold out buttons and coming soon buttons are gone, and you can see what sizes are available right under the product titles there. So everything's here. Check them out. If you're looking for those fleeced fox fibers or the double heavyweight French terry, are those back? I don't see the sizes.
Should be back. Or yeah.
Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Okay, so they're there. They're not. That part is not populating, showing, but anyway, we'll get to the bottom of that later. But there you have it. Okay. There you go, guys. The release is on, and are people on the website?
Yes.
All right. Risa says people are on the website. Okay, there are a lot of people on the website right now.
Is that more than we had before?
I don't know, but anyhow, thank you everybody who's making a purchase today, and if you've made a purchase in the past, thank you as well. Anyhow, any way you support us, we greatly appreciate it. And hey, if you haven't done so already, I'm gonna ask you for another time this live stream, hit the like button because we appreciate it. We like when you like us. And it also helps other people find our little brand through this little new technology called the internet, famously popularized by Al Gore in the 1990s. Urif says, ordered Ikru hoodie and Sumi sweatpants. Well, thank you, Mr. Urif. We're going to be looking forward to packing another package for you. In fact, after this stream, we're headed over to the warehouse so that we can pick and pack your orders and get them out to you ASAP. Because it is Friday morning for us. It is Thursday evening for many of you. We're still going to have a couple of hours to pick and pack orders, have FedEx pick them up, and hopefully, with any luck, you might even get them by Monday. So I some pretty fast action there. That's the hope. Not everything's going to get picked and packed. There's seemingly a bunch of orders.
I hope I didn't screw this up.
Risa hopes she didn't screw it up.
I think it's fine. Okay. I don't know. I just sometimes internet things, it's just this system, that system. Sorry, I'm just being kind of stressed out right now.
This is Risa in her prime, just working out stuff. This is what she does best. She gets into the internet.
What I do best? I don't know.
Yes, you're very good at being hacker man and making sure the website works at its optimum level. Chun Yip So says, got my fox fiber hoodie, missed out the first time. Well, thank you very much, my friend. Good to see you here, and I hope you enjoy it. M. Chi writes, got my shirts. Fantastic. RF says, I'm a 42-year-old man, so excited about sweats. Prime of my life. Haha. I feel you, my friend. We're not too far apart age-wise, and let me tell you, sweatshirts and knit materials are really what... Look, if you've been following us, we're fabric people, okay? But we've been in the denim world for a long time. We've been in the knit world now. It's growing on us, and it's a lot of fun because I would say that in our little realm, there's not a lot of excitement. There's a lot of basics.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm not throwing shade on anyone, but like a lot of people have treated the knitwear world as, oh, these are just basics. There's a knitting mill. What do you have running? What's in stock? Just make a sweatshirt, right? People, right? And so from one mall brand to this brand, but there's not a lot of differences, right? Yeah. Right? But I think we're making differences here. Like, we're really trying our best to, let's pull in. Let's make a sweatshirt luxurious. Let's make a sweatshirt super heavy. Let's make things differently than you've experienced sweatshirts before. So it's a lot of fun to do this. And, even our, the mills that we work with, they're sometimes they're just like, why don't you just use, what we got? And we're like, yeah. That's nice.
We could do that.
But why don't we do something a little different? And then they get it, and they're like, uh-huh.
Yeah. And you also, I know you guys watching this know a lot more than, a regular, average consumer. But just to let you know that it's, most of the world is working off of fabrics that's just in the catalog. The way we develop our products, just choosing what we want put in and cooking from scratch basically. Yeah. It's very, very rare, and
especially when you get down to the yarn level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yarn, there's one thing where it's like, okay, this is the fabric, change this or change the color or whatever. Fine.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Look, a lot of people, that's normal. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. But the complexity of actually having to pick fiber and make yarn, custom make yarn, it's just so much more work, and admittedly it adds a lot of cost, but it also makes something that much more special. And hey, I think in a world where you can get ordinary sweatshirt for the same price that you buy one of ours, which I will say is extraordinary. Mm-hmm. Hey, I think the choice is clear.
Yeah, and it's just in general, you wouldn't be you would be surprised how much way bigger brands even don't work in the details.
Custom in the custom fabric world. They're like, what's good? And let's go with it. And that's fine.
To be fair,
those are good fabrics.
Yeah, those are tried and tested.
Yeah.
People like it. Sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, really. But there's a reason why some brands don't talk about this level of customization.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of questions coming through. A lot of purchases being made. Ben says, got a navy zip on cultism if anyone in Europe is looking. Fantastic. The Raven says, the power couple of knitwear doing their best work. We're certainly trying our best. Frisbee Spider says, got a Pima tee and a double heavyweight hoodie. There you go. Fantastic. I hope you enjoy it. King Tie-Dye Woo got a zip hoodie and a pair of pants. Well, fantastic. Everybody, thank you so much for supporting yet another release for us. We're always in awe, when these things go down. We see the traffic on the website going crazy. Mm-hmm. Last time we had a release, I don't know if I said it live or not, but the numbers in terms of traffic is higher than anything I saw even at our old job.
Yeah. Let's take a photo.
We're going to take it. But, I'm looking at the numbers right now on Risa's computer, and they're up there. And it's nuts. We haven't been around that long. This is crazy. So, anyhow, you guys...
Just for our records, it's so blurry.
Even when we do our production meetings, they ask us, how much do you expect to make next year? I'm like, okay, well, we're going to order up. And, whenever I say this, I probably say every time, but every time I order up, it's never enough. It's just never enough.
And every time I order up, I get a nervous breakdown because it is a big commitment.
It's a big bill. that we're committing to.
Yes, it is a big bill.
Like I wouldn't say a very shabby house. That's the bill. And we're just committing to it. Yeah. Up front, and we're just like, well, that's what we think we're going to sell. And even then, you surpass us.
Yes. So far, everybody's support have surpassed our expectation. Yeah. So nothing bad has happened, and we can still grow.
Yeah, nothing bad has happened. That's
it's just
that's it.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, let's just keep it that way. Because if we have to pay for a house that we don't get to sell later on, then that's a bad thing. But yeah, we'll try to keep making good products and keeping everybody happy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jonathan writes, discover you guys from the Iron Snail. Oh, that's awesome. Michael is a wonderful Wonder Looper ambassador for us. He's a good friend. I would say a dear friend of ours. I love Michael. Arif writes, the only way anything bad will happen is if you stop being so awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're not selling any Zip Navy on your site tonight. Never got loaded. One timer 99 says. Okay, we're looking into that now.
Jeez.
799 writes, would you consider doing garment dye? Would love tonal drawstrings. Would we consider? I mean, I would consider garment dye. I'm not opposed to garment dye. For example, like the indigo dyed T-shirts that we did, the hand dyed indigo, Tokushima hand dyed natural indigo T-shirts we did were garment dyed. So I could see us doing more garment dyed stuff in the future, especially in the natural dye world. I think that there's room for us to grow there as well. I'm glad that there's some questions in the chat, but it seems like you guys are answering each other, so I appreciate all that. Manuel writes, I finally got my Pima, my ultimate Pima Suriyami t-shirt. Greetings from Mexico. Well, thank you very much. Glad to have you here. Ken writes, ordered from Hong Kong. Hopefully gets here on Monday. Well, we're going to be very busy for the next few hours, picking and packing. So I hope it gets to you on Monday as well. Ian Richard writes, dang, on the site after only 3 minutes and I missed my double XL red hoodie. Oh well, picked up a black hoodie and green crew neck. Well, thank you, Mr. Ian. Sorry we didn't have enough double XLs in the red for you. But use that back in stock notifier. Maybe we'll have something. Okay. Risa's busy hacking away. There's seemingly...
How do I do this? I don't know why that happened.
Okay.
I don't know how to fix it without messing it up.
Okay. Risa's on it. If you're waiting for Navy...
I'm just going to manually fix it.
Risa's taking care of it. Oh, dear. Peter writes, I was paying with PayPal for the foxfibre hoodie, and then it said it was sold out. Are you not protected when you at the end of paying for the product?
No. Well, you have to complete the...
Yeah. That's just sometimes the nature with online purchases. Especially when there's not a lot of inventory. Like I said, some of those foxfibre items that were back in stock, literally we had one of them. So they go fast, and it's just like the way the website works is like whichever transaction goes through fastest is the one that ultimately ends up having it. Sometimes, I will say that sometimes it happens where two people literally check out at the exact same time, and then we have to make an unfortunate call or email and say, hey, we don't have that item for you. But yeah. M. Cheese says over here, use Shop. It's very nice. If you use the Shop app, it's literally the fastest way to check out for something. Like if you're looking for a hype item, whether it's on our website or any website, if they're on Shop, use this. It's one button. You maybe more than one button, but it's very, very fast. It's faster than the processing on the website on the desktop on your phone. Just use the app. That is the fastest way to check out with anything.
Why?
On a fee Onifi writes, are we getting any Indigo products this spring? We're going to have another pre-order, whether it's the end of the year or early next year. We will have a pre-order for the hand-dyed Indigo t-shirt. So we'll have some Indigo options coming for you. I mean, they'll be delivered by the spring, but they will be an early New Year sort of end of this year, early New Year pre-order type of thing, and then we'll have those to you by the spring. And it takes a while because, you know, every one of those t-shirts has to be dyed by hand. All right. Risa's live reactions here. You can see she's...
Sorry, guys.
No.
I'm trying to fix it. It just...
It's this is the way of the world. It doesn't always, it's not always perfect, but we try our best. Vince writes, thanks in advance for the embroidery, Risa.
It might take a lot longer than usual.
Yeah.
Must be in...
Rogelio writes, can't wait to see what other projects you two have in store for us. I hope to see a community vote feature in the future. Yes, I got to figure out some of these community vote things, or maybe, you know, if there's I don't know if I want to start a Discord, but there's got to be some kind of way that we can interact. Obviously, we hear you from the live chat, but sometimes I want to get some of these answers on paper, you know, recorded in a more official way. So we'll figure that out. Q says, working in IT, I feel your pain.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry, I screwed up. I'm
no
trying
screw
to
up.
fix it, but there's some other errors coming up now.
Okay. Meanwhile writes, are the khaki double heavyweight French terry t-shirts made from the same color? The khaki double heavyweight French terry and the t-shirts, are they the same color? They're the same-ish color. There might be some slight variation here, but they are practically the same color. So that's them for you right there. Hope that answers your question. Okay.
Okay, I think it went live.
Okay, Risa says she thinks it went live, as you could hear. She's a hard worker, everybody.
Yes, it's live. Sorry, guys. It's a little oopsie.
We're there. A little oopsie. It was just one of the hoodies that didn't go?
The zip hoodie, the navy.
Okay. So if you're waiting on that zip hoodie navy, it's there now. Okay, there you go. Peter writes, thank you. Ordered a French terry and khaki. Have a wonderful day. Hope to catch the fox fiber next time. All right. Well, next time we will have even more colors available in that fox fiber, and I will up the inventory even more, and hopefully it's enough. Hopefully it's enough. Onifi writes, is that a new type of embroidery on your sweatshirt? It is not, but this is a small pin. It is a pin that we're working on, and these will be a little nifty. Unfortunately, they weren't ready for this release, but for a future release, probably by the end of the year, maybe by the time the double heavyweight t-shirts are in stock, we will have these available for you as a little gift with your purchase. When you purchase something from us, we always like to throw in a little something for you, and you know, whether that be stickers or you know, we had pencils at one point. We're always looking for little small things that we can include with your purchase. So we've got these are little felt and chain stitch embroidered pins, sort of in the you know, style of maybe logo sweatshirts. So, you know, if you want to apply a logo, you can. If not, you know, you can put it also anywhere you want. You put it on your wrist cuffs, you can put it on your hood, wherever you like to put it on your cap. So we're gonna have, this is the classic red and blue Wonder Looper colors. We also have what I'm wearing right here in the blue and white. This is gonna be an exclusive, semi-exclusive, at least it'll be launched when we go to Toronto in December. December the 6th, we're going to be at Gerhard Supply for an in-store event. Risa and I are traveling all the way to Canada land, the Great White North, to my hometown of Toronto, and we're gonna do an event there. And so we've got the Toronto colors here in a pin, and then we'll also have this guy right here, like a classic, name badge style pin, and this will be available as well. So these are all chain stitch embroidered little pins that you can enjoy, and we'll include one of these with your purchase when we have them in stock to include. So there you go. Okay. Z writes, or Zed. I'm going to go with Zed. I'm a Canadian. We say Zed. Did the design for the hoodies change since V1? I feel like it's tighter now at the hem. Yes. So V1, there are a couple of... This is V1 sample. So this is beta 1. Something like that. Sure. V1 beta. The hood. Fold over hood. This never made it to the market.
No.
Right? Risa's hoodie is the first version 1, which has the double layered hood on this fabric.
Yes. This, the first year we sold it, which was 2022 fall.
Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's winter, I guess. We did not. We did have this double layer hood on double heavyweight French terry.
Yeah.
The second year, which is last year, 2023, we changed the double heavyweight French terry only to
a single layer.
Layer. The other police foxfibre and stuff like that had still like double layered hood.
Yeah. The reason why we did that was because this fabric was so thick that in order to get a double layer hood, traditionally when you do a double layer hood, what you do is you fold over the edge and then you attach the hood over here, but you don't see the inside. Mm-hmm. We wanted to see the French terry on the inside, so we had to. It was a 2-piece panel that you had to cut. And you had to flip the fabric over. The problem is this fabric is so thick that it was very difficult for the factory to do. Like, they could do it. It's just so difficult that they're like, please, can we change it?
Yeah.
So we decided to change it. We did a single layer hood where you could still see the French terry on the inside. The actual real benefit of that is that the hood dries a lot faster. Mm-hmm. Like, for people who like hang dry this thing, this hood sometimes took a little extra long to dry, so it was a little difficult. And then we made a couple of changes because the V1 hoodies also had a thinner. It was a thick, but it was a thinner cord. We went with an extra thick cord for version 2. And in fact, this was the sample one, which doesn't even have our logo on it. But
mine doesn't even have.
Oh, okay. But
we changed.
The production ones have the little WL logo on there.
Yeah.
Fit wise, they changed a little bit. They got a little bit longer in sleeve, a little bit longer in length, and a little bit narrower in the elastic.
Mm-hmm. There's no elastic, but
the rib. Sorry. Yeah. So that came in a little bit more. So there were a couple of tweaks here and there.
On the crew necks, the
binder collar.
The difference was the binder collar and the inlay V. It's still inlaid, but it's like the layered part of the inlay would sit outside and not the inside. So it looks a little different.
Yeah. So this is the current. And then this was the first.
Yeah.
So you can see that...
smaller. It looks smaller because it's inside. This one looks bigger, and also binder collar, so it's very different.
The collar is also really big on this because it's been sitting on a hanger for 3 years. So that's what happens. But yeah, the new collar is a little bit of a different construction there as well. So minor tweaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about one more thing before, well, maybe 2 more things. JS asks, do you have a physical store in Japan? We do not. Shang Style also writes, you guys still working on a physical store in Tokyo, right? So, in fact, this week, we went to a location to scout it out. It was, I would say, location-wise, 8 out of 10. Good location. It was in Nakameguro, not on the river. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever been to Tokyo. Nakameguro is how can I say it?
It's more like there is a lot of like apparel brands hanging out there, and there are bigger brands, but it's a little bit more indie than like say Omotesando or Ginza or
Harajuku.
Even Harajuku. Harajuku has a lot of indie, but there's a lot of big guys, whereas like Nakameguro is like mostly indie.
Yeah, and it's very more chill.
Way chill.
Way more chill.
More grown up.
Yeah.
Sophisticated, I would say, even.
And so in the springtime, it's known for its cherry blossoms because you got this beautiful river and just like this row of beautiful cherry blossoms.
It's a show, but regular times it's very quiet, relatively residential still.
Yeah.
And it's really nice vibe, and we kind of like our proximity to that town is also helpful, but we just like the vibe of the town. We always thought that like if we're gonna have a store, it should be around there or similar environments.
Even when we moved to Japan, like Nakameguro was like the neighborhood we wanted to live in.
It was too expensive.
little pricey, but like we wanted to be there. That said, we don't live there. We live in Yokohama because it's more affordable.
A bigger place, yes.
But that said, we thought that would be a good location for the shop. Anyways, we went and visited this place, and anyhow, we haven't made any decisions on it yet. I mean,
we made a decision. I mean, we didn't apply.
We didn't apply. I mean, it's a little. I don't know. Anyhow, the price is maybe a little out of our budget, but not way out of our budget. But anyhow, it was also like the first thing we saw. So
exactly.
We got to look around a little bit. So,
and the deadline was coming up, and it's like there's no way we can make a decision now for a big commitment like that. But let's just put down like the where our heads at, like, in terms of stores and physical location, that kind of stuff. The thing that is kind of impending doom is the storage space.
Yeah.
So we have managed somehow to make this season happen without really big, hiccups. But that was just really like us getting lucky and scraping by. And it was just, there's so many things that could go wrong. And we definitely cannot repeat this next fall, because next fall it's going to be even bigger volume. So we have to move our warehouse somewhere. Yeah. So what I was thinking originally was that we would have a space that is, mostly warehouse, also an office and studio where we can, shoot photos and stuff like that. And also maybe like a showroom where you can like come in. It's not a full-on shop. That's always, but appointment-based location.
So I like that idea also. So anyhow, we're scouting things. Like we literally look at real estate every single day.
It's I mean, I would look at it anyway, but
but we're closely monitoring the situation, and we're gonna go visit some locations as they pop up, places that we think might work for us.
Yeah.
And if something like the right thing comes up, the right price, right location, we're going to jump on it, and then we will have more of a physical presence here in Japan. And so when you guys come and visit, which I would recommend all of you people do, you can come and see the entire thing in person, real time.
But all to say is that I don't think we're ready for a full-on retail store that just really function as retail store.
Yeah.
I think our next step might be like an appointment-based showroom.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that idea. Mm-hmm. And just for full transparency, we are also considering warehousing somewhere else, just because it's, I don't know, it's just a balance.
The amount of inventory we're going to need to feed the beast, so to say, is it's more than we had anticipated.
Yeah.
Thank you, but it's more than we had anticipated. And so, everything that we do has to just continue to grow. And whether, we work with a warehousing company to warehouse stuff, or, do it ourselves, which sometimes I like it. Like we had a meeting this week also with like a warehouse company.
Yeah.
And, there's just yes, somebody else could do it for us, and prices are okay and yada yada, but I like picking the orders. I like putting them in the bag. I like it.
There's a difference between looking at what's selling on the data and picking it, knowing what's selling because I picked it myself, kind of thing. It's a different feeling. So I don't know.
Right. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, retail and somewhere for you guys to come in and see when you come to Japan. We're working on it. So. Maybe by the time you come, we'll have it. We'll see.
Let's take a look at what's. Sorry.
No, I wanted to talk about the Indigo sweatshirt.
Oh,
because
yes.
we had a little bit of a change with that. So, we talked about it. This guy has sort of been in the works for a while. You guys might remember this. This is our Indigo blanket-lined French terry that we've been working on, and we want to launch this for next fall, but a few things have changed because as we wanted to make some more fabric, the mill let us know that some of the yarns are no longer available. So we had to sort of change up the color way of the blanket line on the inside, which I'm actually happy with because I get to reference another denim jacket that I have, and it's this one. So a lot of times, you see, this red stripe in the blanket line, but less so you see the yellow stripe of a blanket line jacket. And this is just a vintage Storm Rider I have, but with the yellow. And no, we won't do this this vertical stripe, but I think what we're gonna go with is a yellow with a darker gray. Now this is kind of light. Ours will be a little bit darker.
No, darker brown.
Sorry, darker brown.
So.
Oh yeah, the gray will be a little bit more earth tone. And then we'll go with like a yellow stripe.
Yeah, a dark brown and yellow and this like indigo, like navy color.
Yeah.
I think so. It's gonna look more. Thank you, Snowy.
Snowy heard the word gray, so he wants to get in.
It's gonna look more dark just in general, the stripes. So it might not even show like this in the front. In the front, like what you're seeing is the lighter gray that's inside. So that part would be darker. So you won't really see the outside being like striped. Like obviously this is not super obvious, but you can definitely see it. You might see less of that, which I think I like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that on for good measure. Does this even fit? I don't even know.
You are wearing a very thick
I'm wearing a thick sweater, but it might be it's okay. I got a lot of jackets. Not all of them fit. Sometimes they're just for the collection. And this is a for the collection one. Yeah, so there you have it, everybody.
And also...
Oh, Risa's got another also.
Just the outside indigo is going to stay the same. Same yarns. But look at what one wash did. Yeah. It changes the color. It starts off with like a little bit more like a purplier indigo, and then goes to very greenish. Blue.
Yeah, and then it'll get even lighter and lighter the more you wash it and the more you wear that. So that is real indigo. When we were developing that, like the mill was like, we could just use navy, and we're like, no, it has to be real indigo.
And you should not hang it right next to a white item.
Unless you want it to be indigo. Okay. Onifear says, when's the pre-order for that? This is not going to be a pre-order item. This is going to be a regular retail item, and this is planned for fall winter 25. Fall winter 25. Okay. Mika writes, how exactly were the sumi and ikru garments colored? I heard sumi can be expensive. Well, the easy answer is the ikru is not colored.
It's undyed. It's natural color of cotton.
Yeah, and then the sumi is not actual like sumi ink. It is like a
colored.
In Japanese, it's kind of used as like a faded black kind of
it's watered down black.
Yeah.
So when you like use sumi for calligraphy, it's usually not like the dark black because the calligraphy ink is basically watered down of the sumi black. So it's just like a way of saying that it is not a dark black.
Yeah. Jeremy Sims, I guess, visited Tokyo recently, randomly ended up in Shimokitazawa, just kind of got a Brooklyn vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very... Shimokitazawa is definitely the Brooklyn of Tokyo. Very young, a lot of coffee shops and vintage stores, very hip neighborhood. Hip to be square. Stephen Kopelkamp, ever consider contrast stitching? I think it's a fun look. Oh yeah, it's just one of those. We'll get to it. Yeah, it'll happen. Yeah. Contrast stitching on a knit can definitely make an impact. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna call it.
All right.
I'm gonna call it, and
we can go and pick and pack.
Pick and pack a lot of orders. Does it say how many orders? Over 200 of them. Okay, well, we're going to go and pick and pack over 200 orders right now. Hopefully we get through all of them we got to get them done by 3:30-ish.
We're not going to get all of it. There's no way we can get all of it. Sorry, it's just two of us.
Hit the like button if you want us to get through all of them today.
But it's going to come in
I'm just joking. It's not going to happen.
I'm just stressed.
I know.
I'm so stressed.
It's okay. Everybody, hit the like button if you want Risa to be less stressed. Okay? We're going to work on it. We're going to do our best to pick and pack as many orders as we can.
Yes.
FedEx picks up at 4. We're going to get them. We got to get everything ready by like 3:30-ish. So that's it. $7.99 says Snowy can help pack. Definitely. I think he'll make a big impact on that pile.
Snow is not allowed in the warehouse.
Ringo says, we believe in you guys. Thank you, too, for making the best clothes. Ian Richard writes. Melody Murray, thank you. See you next week. We'll see you next week. No live stream tomorrow, but we will be back next week
at a regular
time. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Mm-hmm. So that's Saturday morning for us, Friday evening for many or most of you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Wonder Looper live stream, the greatest live stream in the history of all of the internet, and it's all thanks to you guys, our wonderful fans. Thank you so much. We'll be back again. Mm-hmm. Do something nice for yourselves. Do something nice for somebody else, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.